In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take our two-dimensional image and turn it into a three-dimensional image. Okay, we have the base rectangle that we created in the last video. It's 2 inches long, 7/8 of an inch tall. 7/8 of an inch as a decimal is 0.875. If you need to adjust or change these at any time, you just hover over them, double click, and you can adjust these to be whatever they need to be. In this case, I'm going to just hit enter. It's good. It's what I want it to be. Okay. Next, I'm going to click my green check mark. Always click your green check mark to save in your history whatever you're working on or whatever step and stage you're in. So I'm going to click my green check mark. Now I'm going to move this to a trimetric view. In our camera and rendering options on the right, I can click. I can move down to trimetric, dimetric, or isometric. These are just different angles for a 3D object. I could also use the lower corner for an isometric view of my view orientation cube. If I click on this little corner here, it turns me to that angle. Okay. If you ever want to zoom in or out, you just have to do a few different things. If you have a computer mouse, you can roll back to zoom out, roll forward to zoom in. If you're using a keypad, like on a Chromebook, you can move your cursor to wherever you want to zoom. Then you stretch out to go in and in to go out. Okay. Note that it is zooming wherever my mouse is. So it's looking at that spot and that location, wherever your cursor is placed. Okay. For this, we want to turn this from a two-dimensional image to a three-dimensional image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sketch that I created. I could select it in my graphics window, or I could select it on the tree. Either way, you select it, it'll turn it orange. Once it's orange, we're good to go. We know what we have. If we look up on the ribbon, we have all kinds of different feature tools, all kinds of different sketch tools, cutting tools, different stuff like that. Before we started with the sketch, this time we want to move one icon to the right. So I'm going to move over just a little bit. We could also use Shift E. I could read the directions here, or I'm going to explain them to you actually. So I'm going to click on this icon. Same spot where we left our sketch tab or sketch window. Pops up in the same spot. Here we have a couple different things: new, add, remove, and intersect. We're not adding to anything, we're not cutting anything away, and we're not intersecting with any objects right now. We're creating a new document, a new piece, a new feature. We have our faces and sketch regions to extrude. We have those selected here. If you selected extrude first, and then you just have to click on, hey, this is where we want to sketch. You can see that it turns yellow when I hover over it. I could remove this. I can reselect it. Okay, very easy. Our end type is blind, meaning that it's like a blind truck driver. It doesn't matter what's in front of him. He's going to run it over. He's going to run through it. Okay. We could change this to symmetrical, up to next, faces, parts, vertexes, through all kinds of different stuff. We're going to just leave this as blind for what we're doing right now. Depth, we're going to leave, is automatically set to 1 inch. What we're going to do is we're going to change this. We're going to change this to a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to type in 1/4, or I can type in 0.25. Computer, it's calculator, it can do the math. Okay. 1/4, enter. We have our distance. You can see it shrunk that down from 1 inch to a 1/4 inch. If I click off into the white space, it turns that into the decimal equivalent. Now I need to save this. To save this, I'm going to click my green check mark. And we have our saved piece. We have our saved feature. This is the base. This is the block. This is the starting point of your keychain. In the next video, I'll show you how to drill a hole into your keychain.